All right, everyone, we are now live. It took a while. I don't know what's happening this morning, but it's still going to be a Wednesday instead of a Monday. So, defense attorneys, when I call your name, what I need you to give me is the name of your client and whether or not it's criminal trial division or family violence. So, Andres Campion.
Good morning, Your Honor. Julian Salazar and his CTD.
I'll send you to breakout room number 2.
Okay, thank you.
Bo Wood.
Good morning, Judge. My client is Vincent Ruiz. It is an MTR with family violence.
I'll send you to breakout room number 3. Colin Hobbs.
Good morning, Judge. It's family violence, but John Herman is going to be logging on from Veteran Treatment Court here shortly to talk to myself and my client in a breakout room, but I don't think he's on quite yet.
All right, who's your client?
Emeterio Hernandez. He's listed as E. Hernandez in the chat box.
Norma, can you let John Herman know to come into the this Zoom, please?
Judge, I've actually already texted him. He said he'll be in here shortly. Just
all right, great. Dirk Ashbaugh.
Good morning, Judge. I have Victoria Villarreal.
I'm sending you to breakout room number 4. Flavio Hernandez.
Good morning, Judge. My client, Sekala Holes, is a native French speaker. And
all right, so you're going to have to spell the first name for me.
Sekala.
Last name.
Houellez.
All right. Family violence or criminal trial division?
Family violence.
All right. And was a plea entered on this case? What are we here for today?
We're here to have a French interpreter explain the letter from the immigration attorney to him. All
right. The interpreter is here. What I'm going to do is I will send you all to breakout room number 5. Is your client here?
Yeah, I believe so. He texted me earlier.
Sekala Holes. He's not on the Zoom screen. So are you able to find out where he is?
Yes, ma'am. I'll try to reach out to him right now.
All right, thank you. Maria, just give us a moment, please. George Schaefer.
Yes, Your Honor. My client is Jose de Leon Rodriguez.
Criminal trial division or family violence?
It's, I believe, family violence, Judge. It's solicitation of a minor.
All right.
He's set for a plea today.
All right. I'll send you to breakout room. Number 5. Is the state aware that you're entering a plea? Mr. Schaefer, is the state aware?
Judge, I believe the attorney that filed the plea agreement was Oscar Salinas.
All right. Could one of the prosecutors get Oscar Salinas in here, please? And Mr. Schaefer, is your client in custody or on bond?
He's in bond, Your Honor, and he should be in the courtroom.
Yes, he is. As soon as Oscar zooms in, we'll make sure that you have your paperwork because your paperwork hasn't been sent yet. Is that correct?
No, Judge, I believe it has. Okay. This case was on your docket last week. That lawyer said he could not communicate with the client effectively in Spanish.
You are correct. Okay, George, just give us a moment. If you will go to 5, I believe the paperwork has already been completed. So your client is in the courtroom. I'll put him in 5-2 and just let me know when you're ready to proceed.
Okay.
All right, so if you'll go to breakout room number 5. In courtroom, if you could have Mr. DeLeon in 5, please.
Yes, Judge.
Jeffrey Martinez.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm here on a Domingo Flores. And we're going to be doing a plea this morning.
All right, is it criminal trial division or family violence?
Criminal trial division.
And is your client on bond or in custody?
He's on bond and he's present in the Zoom.
All right, and have you already received the paperwork from the prosecutors or you need to have that done?
I've received the paperwork from the prosecutor. I've finished in signing it, sending it to Mr. Flores. I've sent a message to Ms. Ferguson. We just need the court's paperwork to do.
All right, if you'll go to breakout room number 6 and make sure that Ms. Ferguson, before you leave, put in the chat box that she has your client email address.
Okay, I've not got, do I need to wait for a response from her? I've sent her a message.
All right, thank you. Kenneth Baker, you have
Good morning, Your Honor. I
Jose
have,
Luis.
yes, Your Honor. It's family violence.
All right, Norma, on Jose Luis Gomez Gonzalez.
Yes,
They're
ma'am.
waiting on a report from Joe Gonzalez. So can we set this for the 26th? My understanding is that they will definitely have an answer by the 26th.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we will see you back on May 26th.
Thank you, Judge. Good to see you. May I be excused?
Yes, and your client, is your client in custody?
Yes, he is.
All right, let me see if he's on the screen. He's on the screen. Would you like to speak with him before you leave?
Sure. Just in case I'd like to help make sure he knows what's going on. Thank you, Judge.
All right, and have him come back to the main room.
Okay. May I be excused from the breakout room?
Yes,
Okay.
but make sure your client comes back.
Okay. I'll come back with him just in case.
All right, Mr. Gomez Gonzalez, I'm sending you to breakout room number 7. Everyone, just give me a moment. Just one moment.
Judge, just so you know, I think I see John Herman is logged in now.
All right, just give me a moment, please.
Absolutely. Thank you, Judge.
Excuse me, Ms. Rivas?
Yes, Judge.
Are you a Spanish speaker as well?
I am.
Yes.
Are you able to interpret for a Spanish defendant?
If you need me to, yes, I can help you.
Okay, that would be awesome. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 5 and to the courtroom. If you could go back to breakout room number 5. My understanding is that the person needs to be sworn in who's in the courtroom.
Yes, Judge.
And I believe it's Jose Rodriguez de Leon.
Yes.
And Maria, let me find what breakout room you were in. All right, if you could go to number 5 for me, please.
Sure, I will, Judge.
Thank you. All right, Linda Corley.
Yes, Your Honor, I have Michael Cervantes, and it is a plea this morning. We have the felony packet and the discovery completed. Norma just sent me the cert and the video consent. I just need to have him step in the hallway and do that with me, and we'll be ready to go. It's CTD with Alexandra.
Okay. And is your client in custody or on bond?
He's in the courtroom, Your Honor, on bond.
All right, just give us a moment because the courtroom is with another client right now. So once they finish with that person, then we'll come back with you.
Is it okay if I have him step in the hall and I talk to him on the phone and have him go through the paperwork with me that way so we can get it submitted? Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Oh, and I forgot everyone. It's Cinco de Mayo. So happy Cinco de Mayo. Hopefully I'm pronouncing it correctly. Nathaniel Navy.
Good morning, Your Honor. I have Alexandra Lopez, and it's CTD.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 8.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, make that breakout room number 9.
Okay. Hey, Judge.
Just give me, yes.
Real quick, I saw Khair Abdallah Abdel Aziz today on the second sheet of the docket. That was dismissed for PTD. I just want to make sure you have that reflected in your notes.
Okay, just one moment. Yes, I have it. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm sorry, Nathaniel. That would be breakout room number 10. And John Herman, if you could go to number 8, please.
Yes, ma'am. Going right now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Orlando Castagnon.
Yes, Judge, I'm here on Antonio Perez. It's a CTD case. And I've been dealing with Marcus on that. It was for discovery. I believe that he provided me yesterday with the disc. I've gone through it, most of it, and I believe he's complied with what I was asking for.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 11.
Judge.
Rodolfo Zepeda.
Good morning, Your Honor. I have Adana Romero. It's a violations report. He called me. He's trying to get on Zoom.
All right, we'll wait for your client to appear. The next person up is Terry Carter.
Good morning, Judge. I have Jose Martinez on the docket today. It's a first setting on an MTR. I've previously conferred with Marcus. He has requested the videos that we're needing in order to proceed. Would it be possible to go ahead and just reset him for another setting in order to acquire the discovery and determine how we're going to resolve this?
You need to speak with the state so I can get a date certain. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 12.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Bill Simmons.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Who do you have?
I have Mr. Joshua Clark. It's an MTR with Criminal Trial Division. I still need an offer in that case, Judge. So if I could be allowed.
Breakout room number 13.
Thank you, Judge.
Mick Aguilera.
Good morning, Judge. I have a recall from yesterday. On Saul Acuna. I did the plea paperwork, but he was having difficulty with Wi-Fi. He is currently in the courtroom. If we could have that plea paperwork routed to the courtroom for him and I to go over.
All right, just put it in the chat box and Norma will give the information that's needed.
Okay,
And
yeah,
I'll
we've
put
already
you down
done.
as waiting for the courtroom.
Yeah, we've already done the paperwork.
All right, I'll put you down as waiting for the courtroom. The
Okay.
courtroom has 3 people in there now.
Okay, and I also have a Ramon Longoria, MTR. He's an inmate. Assault public servant. That's probably CTD.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 14.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Gerardo Flores.
Morning, Judge. I'm here for Jimmy Wood, and that is CTD. And I've been working with Alexandra Williamson.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 15. Dave Sanchez.
Morning, Judge. Tydell Wardy. It's CTD. This case was reset so that client could pay upfront restitution. He has done that, so we're just awaiting the agreement for pretrial diversion.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 16. Daniel Vela.
I'm here, Your Honor. Let me just turn on my camera. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Who do you have?
Michael Avery. It's a CTD case. And I believe there's another matter on it that has been, I don't think it's on your docket today, but it's a more serious case than the one today, I believe.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 17.
Okay.
Kyle Simpkins. All right, Kyle Simpkins.
Al Simpson or Simpkins?
It's you.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm here on Stephen Polissek.
Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
Well, this is here for, he didn't show up last week, and so it was recalled for today to consider the bond. There was a bond forfeiture filed.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 18.
I think I just need to take that up with you, don't I?
Yes, but since your client is here, I'm sure there's an offer that's been tendered, so you need to discuss it with the state and see, and then discuss it with your client. Send you to
All right,
18. You're welcome. Carl Alexander.
Morning, Judge. How are you?
Thank you. Mr. Longoria.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I know that it's Cinco de Mayo, but this is not the Fiesta. Fiesta has been moved to another day. So you need to behave as though you're in a courtroom. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So we're not raising the roof with our hands like we're at some club. You understand?
Yes, ma'am. We're not at no club.
All right, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Carl Alexander.
Hi, Judge. Raimundo Basildua. My understanding is he has neither or he doesn't have any sort of device to get on this with. He apparently is en route to his mother's house, who I forwarded the link to for today's Zoom.
All right, if you want to, you can confer with the state and then we'll wait for your client to appear.
Okay, thank you, Judge. And it is a CTD case.
Okay. And it's nice that you didn't spell his name for me as though I'm able to do it, but I found it so on the docket. So hopefully I've spelled it correctly.
Sorry, Judge. Thank you.
No problem. I'll see you to breakout room number 19.
Yes, ma'am.
George Dunbar.
Hi, Judge.
Hi, who do you have?
Judge, I have Ramsey Gonzalez. He should be in the courtroom. He was ordered to appear in the courtroom. I don't know if he's there. But And forgive me, I'm in my truck and on my iPad, so it's a little different
Okay,
for
I'm
me.
hoping you're not driving because I will not be a witness to an
No,
accident.
Judge, I'm not moving.
All right,
And
thank you for
so-
showing me the side view.
But Judge, I've also filed a motion to withdraw on this case.
I'll hear your motion to withdraw after we've taken up the violation report. So your client is not in the courtroom.
Yeah, Judge, I kind of figured that. So,
So
don't know if
I
it
give
can-
everybody till 10:30.
Okay. Is it okay if I log off and then log back on? Because I had to drop my daughter's iPad off. That's why I'm in my truck and I can get to a computer.
Oh, no, that's no problem.
Okay. Thanks, Judge.
Thank you. Carolyn, I will send you to a breakout room with Hobbs. And let me see where they are. They're in breakout room number 8.
Judge, can I announce on a couple of cases? This is Marcus.
Just give me one moment. Anita Kell?
Yes, Judge, I'm here on Martin. It's an MTR. It's the
The
first,
criminal trial division or family violence?
I believe, criminal trial division.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 20. A prosecutor will meet you there.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
All right, yes, Marcus.
On Orlando Castanon's case, Antonio Perez, I thought that I gave him everything, but Orlando thinks that there may be something a little bit more detailed. And so I need to look into that, asking for like a 2-week reset to try to finish the discovery.
All right, Norma, on Antonio Perez.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I have a 2-week reset, please,
Yes, ma'am.
for discovery?
Yes, ma'am. I'll bring you back on a Friday, Judge. That will be, we'll bring you back on the 21st.
All right, we'll come back on May 21st.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, and is your client in custody?
He is in custody. I didn't see him on the screen, though.
All right, Norma, if we don't have Antonio Perez on the screen, could you let them know that he's not needed unless, Mr. Castellon, you needed to speak to him?
I don't, not at this moment.
Okay, I will let them know.
All right, thank you. Does anyone see what page that is on?
It's on the recall on the top page, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Your Honor, this is Flavio Hernandez with
Just one
Sakala
moment.
Hollis.
One moment, please. All right, and who else, Marcus?
Gary Carter forgot his last name.
Dave Martinez.
Yes. It's an MTR where there are two new misdemeanor cases. Both the misdemeanor prosecutor and I have requested videos for that case from BCSO. Usually, I just requested it yesterday when Terry reminded me. So usually it takes about a week to get that, but I think 2 weeks would be good if you'd be willing to do that.
Okay, that's Jose Martinez.
Yes.
All right, then we'll come back on, Norma, are you there? On Jose Martinez? There's a video issue or discovery issue on that motion to revoke. They need 2 weeks. When can it come back?
On the 19th.
All right, we'll see you all back on the 19th. You and your client are excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're right, no problem. Anyone else, Marcus?
No, Judge, that was all. Thank you.
All right, everyone, we are going to go live on Jose De Leon Rodriguez.
Your Honor, Your Honor, it's Ruperto Garcia. I have Anacleto Garcia. My name didn't get called, but I was gonna.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's Anacleto Garcia. He's here in a possession of controlled substance case, but he's been approved for pretrial diversion and we've applied. We got delayed because he's been pretty ill. But while he was ill, he also managed to go ahead and get on an outpatient program with Bear County, and he's completed the classes and that kind of stuff.
Okay, one moment. Norma, can I get a recall date for Ms. Garcia for PTD update?
Yes, ma'am. He can come back on June 2nd.
All right, we'll see you and your client back on June 2nd for a PTD update.
Is that for me, Your Honor?
Yes,
Okay.
June
I'll let him
2nd.
know.
Judge,
All
may I
right.
approach?
No, just give me one moment. We're going to do this plea. We have an interpreter that is here and has been waiting.
Judge, can
And
either
I'm-
you or Norma send Emeterio Hernandez to the breakout room? We're just waiting on him. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, who?
Emeterio Hernandez, he's under E Hernandez.
All right, Mr. Hernandez, go to breakout room number 8. Who are the parties on Jose De Leon Rodriguez?
And I'm excused, Your Honor?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, I appreciate
You're
that.
welcome. Who are the parties on Jose De Leon Rodriguez? Just one moment.
Recetas. Aquí estás en la esquina. Acércate.
All right, Norma,
Yes, ma'am.
on Jose De Leon Rodriguez, they're going to need a reset so that Mr. Schaefer can go over the paperwork more and discovery more. And I'll note that he was recently appointed on this.
Okay.
So can you recall it in 3 weeks?
Yes, ma'am.
That was my case, right, Your Honor?
Yes.
What will the date be, Norma?
The 26th.
All right, we'll see you back on May 26th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Schaefer, if you'll go back to the courtroom and let your client know.
Yes, Your Honor, I'll send him a message telling him to leave and to call me.
And Judge, can I get? He cannot leave before he gets his reset form.
Okay, then let me get him back in the courtroom.
All
Judge,
right.
can I go back to a breakout room so we can exchange phone numbers, Mr. Schaefer and I?
Yes, everyone, Mr. Schaefer and Mr. Salinas, go back to breakout room number 5 and to the courtroom. If you could go to 5, please.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And
Judge,
who's the party on Jalez?
Flavio Hernandez with Jalez Secala.
All right, he's zoomed in. To the interpreter, if you could go to breakout room number 1, please.
Yes, Judge.
And Flavio, if you'll go to 1.
Thank you.
And Mr. Sakala, if you'll go to 1, please. And everyone, just give me a moment. And then after this, I'll take up Linda Corley.
Your Honor, this is Rodolfo Zepeda. Mr. Romero is on.
Give me a moment, please.
Your Honor,
Everyone
Tom.
put some patience in your pocket. Everyone, just give me 1 second.
Looking at this stuff. No, I agree. No, we need to do this. So we'll do this.
All right. Yes, Tom.
Can you put Alexandra Lopez in breakout room 10, please?
Are they in custody or on bond?
I think she is on bond.
All right, thank you. Alexander Lopez, if you go to 10. Linda Corley.
Yes, Your Honor, I just wanted to let you know, we have all the paperwork done and ready to go forward on a plea for Michael Cervantes. He is in the courtroom.
All right, as soon as they finish in the courtroom, I'll send your client there so he can be sworn in because I'll need the clerks to swear him in. Just give me 1 moment.
Thank you,
And Your
Judge.
Honor, Andres Campion back from the breakout room when you have a chance.
All right, thank you.
All right, Judge, may I be excused?
Who's speaking?
Oh, Oscar Salinas.
Yes, you're excused. I'm sorry, I'm signing paperwork, so I can't see the screen.
See you, Judge.
Judge, would it be possible for you to put Gerardo Flores in a breakout room with his client, Jimmy Wood? He's on bond.
Okay, just give me one moment. Let me just sign some paperwork.
Thank you.
All right, so who are the people who have pleas? Linda Corley, you have Cervantes, is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to send your client to breakout room number 2 to be sworn in.
Okay,
who
and
else
you're aware
has a plea?
he's actually in the courtroom, so I don't know
Yes.
if they're using that. Okay.
All right, and who else?
Jeffrey Martinez, she just signed my paperwork.
All right, Dominguez Flores, is your client on bond?
He is, Your Honor. He's in the breakout room number 6 where I just was.
Okay, I'm going to send him to breakout room number 2. And I'll send the clerks to number 2
Thank
to swear him in. Is there
Thank you.
anyone else who has a plea?
Your Honor, this is Rodolfo Zepeda. Mr. Romero is on, is my understanding, for the violation.
All right, just one second. Anyone else has any plea paperwork that's completed?
Like 2 curing pods.
Judge, can you send my client and I to a breakout room so we can discuss the offer from the state? My client's Victoria Villarreal.
All right, and what breakout room were you in?
I'm not sure, Judge.
All right, let me try to find you. Just one second.
I was near the top of the list. I'm sorry.
All right, you were in breakout room number 4, and your client is Victoria Villarreal.
Yes, ma'am.
Victoria Villarreal, if you'll go to breakout room number 4, please.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Judge, can you send me and my client to breakout room, Mr. Jimmy Wood?
All right, and what breakout room were you in?
I was in 15, Judge.
All right, Mr. Wood, if you'll go to breakout room number 15. All right, so.
And Your Honor, this is Andres Campion. I'm back from the breakout room for an announcement for the court.
All right, just give me a moment. Rodolfo Zepeda,
Yes, Your Honor.
who's your client?
Adonis Romero.
And you say you're here for a violation report?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I get the violation report on him, please? On Adolfo Romero?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, just give us a moment. Next, who's up? Andres Campion?
Yes, Your Honor. If possible, if I could speak with you and Ms. Williamson in a breakout room together, I think we need to speak privately.
All right. Let me see if she's available.
I am
Ms.
just in here.
All right. And you were in breakout room number 2?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, if you can go to number 3, please. And Alexandra, if you could go to 3.
Will do.
Thank you. Everyone, just give us a moment.
Hey, how mad would y'all be if I started chatting with other of the
Norma, are you a host?
No, sir, but I can get someone to move you. Who did you need moved?
If you could get me in a breakout room with David Martin, I would appreciate it.
Tom, can you move him or Marcus?
Yes.
Marcus can.
Thank you.
And this is Mick Aguilera. If somebody could move me to a breakout room with Ramon Longoria, an inmate.
Marcus will move you. Mick, he'll send you an
Okay.
invite in just a second.
Okay.
Mick to 9.
Mick to
Mr.
9.
Longoria, yes, Mick, go to 9. And Mr. Longoria, go to 9.
Trying to find Longoria. Norma, is he on here?
Yeah, I saw him on there.
I think he moved already.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
All right, Norma,
Yes, ma'am.
on Mr. Julian Omar Salazar Jimenez,
Yes, ma'am.
can you recall this in 1 month? And we need to set it for a discovery hearing, and there will be witnesses, maybe.
I like that maybe. You're
Well, I mean, you know, you never know what may happen.
no, you're right. It's funny given the circumstances.
Yeah, everything's a maybe, right?
The old answer to any law question is it depends.
Yes, that's what I've been trying to tell my students.
I can either do it on the 31st, Judge, of May or June 4th.
Let's do May 31st. Is that enough time for everybody? It's either May
Your Honor, the
31st or
31st
June
is
4th.
Memorial Day.
Oh, God.
Oh, Norma, you keep doing that to me.
June 4th.
Yes, it's
All right,
Memorial Day is
Block it off.
observed.
June 4th.
June 4th. Okie doke.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. May my client be excused?
Yes,
Thank you very much. You have a good day.
all right. All right, Adonis Romero. I think your client is out of it, Mr. Zepeda.
What do you mean, Your Honor? He's not on?
No, he's here, but he appears to be asleep. He appears that he has other issues. I'm not a medical doctor, but I think I can recognize people who may have some substances, and I don't mean cornflakes and milk. And so he's asleep. So what we're going to do is you need to have your client appear in court. So if you can get in touch with him, and the issues are, of course, he's never had any contact with his pretrial services officer. He's out of this court for a possession case, which I'm not accepting as true because I don't have any facts. But he also has a driving while intoxicated, and he's been ordered by Scram for County Court at Law number 5. He hasn't done that. He hasn't done anything except appear on screen, asleep, under some kind of influence of some substance that's not cornflakes or milk. So he needs to appear in court. So if you have his telephone number, if you can have him appear in court. If he doesn't appear in court, then a warrant may be issued for his arrest.
You want him in court today? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, yes.
Call him, tell him to do that.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, be excused for a while.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, anyone else back from the breakout room?
Yes, Judge, if I could go back to breakout room 10 and confer with Tom real quick. If he's
All right,
available.
you're if you'll go back to 10, it's available for you. Wood?
Judge, my client is Vincent Ruiz. He's the inmate. If I could be sent to a breakout room and I could discuss the offer made.
Okay, just one moment.
Thank you. 13 is sort of magical.
I'm telling you, 13 is the lucky room. I send people there and they're enjoying their day, but it's occupied.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'll send you to number 12 so some of the magic and happiness can rub off.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And Mr. Ruiz, if you could go to breakout room number 12, please. All right. And any immaterial, Colin Hobbs on immaterial Hernandez, what is happening?
Judge, we've conferred with John and Carolyn, and I'll go ahead and cut through it. John can correct me if I say anything incorrectly. Mr. Hernandez has been accepted into Veterans Treatment Court. However, in going over the terms, he is asking the court to not sentence him into Veterans Treatment Court. I've sent some documents over to Norma that I'm hoping she can send over to you, or I can share screen if needed, but it is sensitive information, so I'd ask that we go to a breakout room if we're doing something like that on YouTube, obviously. But essentially, he's done some treatment.
So why doesn't he want to go to Veterans Court? I have an issue with us continuing to get status for Veterans Treatment Court. And this case has been going on and going on. And it was all for him to get in Veterans Treatment Court. And now I'm being told he's been accepted to Veterans Treatment Court, but he doesn't want to be assigned there.
Judge, in this particular instance, he was almost forced to apply based on the fact that the evaluation was required as part of the plea bargain. So he's gone through the
Well,
application.
let's change terminology a little bit because we're all attorneys. He wasn't forced to apply. He was given a plea bargain agreement, and part of the agreement was maybe that he go to Veterans Treatment Court. Is that correct?
I don't know that there was ever an agreement that he would go to Veterans Treatment Court. They asked on a below the line that he be evaluated for Veterans Treatment Court. But I don't believe that was binding on the court for what it's worth. And that's how I explain it to clients.
All right. Well, what I can tell you is we've been waiting forever and a day for him to be evaluated through no fault of Veterans Treatment Court. But we've been waiting for him to get evaluated for Veterans Treatment Court. Veterans Treatment Court is saying that they will accept him. So what I can tell you right now, he's going to Veterans Treatment Court. So, I mean, that's where we are.
And Judge John just raised his hand.
Judge,
yes.
I apologize. Can I just clarify one thing on where we are on our, not what you and Mr. Hobbs are talking about, but where we are in our process, just so you can have all the information?
Mm-hmm.
So Mr. Hernandez was accepted. We informed everybody, and we're currently in the process of, we have a felony VTC contract that goes through, pretty much the veteran has to sign off with our defense attorney, and it was actually Mr. Rittenauer. Mr. Hernandez is at the part where he didn't confirm the appointment with Mr. Rittenauer, wanted to talk to Mr. Hobbs. So we're at the contract stage. So he's refusing to sign the contract for us. So technically he's saying he doesn't want to go, but I need him to sign off if he's going to come.
All right. Now, well, here's the thing. He can either go to Veterans Treatment Court or he can go into custody at the Bexar County Jail. And at the Bexar County Jail, he can remain there until they interview him for McMahon. But what I'm telling everyone here, I consider myself as having a lot of patience. And when I need more patience, I pull it out of my pocket. As my mom always says, keep some patience in your pocket. But we have been on this case since January 29th, 2021, where I found that there was sufficiency of evidence to find him guilty. I deferred finding of guilt. He was supposed to be referred to Veterans Treatment Court. That was in January. Somebody help me out here. I believe we are now in May.
Judge.
So we had January, February, March, April, and wait a minute, February 23rd, we come back. Recall 2 weeks, unable to complete because of snow. So, okay. Then March 17th, then we came back on April 7th. Then it was recalled for April 14th. And now we are here. And he's supposed to be going to Veterans Treatment Court. He's been accepted to Veterans Treatment Court. Yes, Mr. Hernandez.
Your Honor, I just would like to add, I understand and I agree with everything that you've stated. However, initially, when I was referred to the Veterans Treatment Court, I wasn't able to explain all the progress that I've made since the day that I was arrested 2 years ago. Since then, I've sought treatment through the VA for anger management, for PTSD, and for veteran peer groups to better myself and my family, ma'am. What I can include is that I also attended UIW. I graduated with my MBA, and I'd like to pursue continuing going the right direction, ma'am. And I respectively asked if you can review the documents. That's the only thing that I can include at this point, ma'am.
All right. He's going to Veterans Treatment Court. Is there anything else from anyone? He can either go to Veterans Treatment Court. Here's the thing, I don't allow people to write their own program. If everybody could write their own program and do great by writing their own program, we would not be here. But obviously we're here because people can't write their own program. So that's where we are. He's going to Veterans Treatment Court. That's what we've been waiting on. And if people don't want to go to Veterans Treatment Court or don't want to go to Treatments Court, then guess what? When you're doing your plea bargain agreements, whether it's outside the line or inside the line, you need to say, I'm not going to Veterans Treatment Court. I don't want to go to felony drug court, because then maybe other decisions would have been made. So that's where we are. So he can sign the contract or not sign the contract. I'm referring him and I'm sending him to Veterans Treatment Court. If he does not sign the Veterans Treatment Court contract, then what's going to end up happening is a motion to revoke is going to be filed. because we have been resetting this case for him to be interviewed for Veterans Treatment Court to see if they would accept him. What's the point of having him interviewed? And then for us to say, yeah, he got accepted, but we don't want him there. And I remember distinctly, because my mind is a steel trap, we were here last time, John Herman and Colin Alvarado came in, talked to me and said, oh, Judge, now he's being honest. And at that time, Colin Hobbs was in the breakout room with us. And they said, give us one more setting, because now we can really do an interview because he's being open and honest. Now we come back on this day and there's more information that somebody wants me to see and they don't want to go to Veterans Treatment Court. No, it will be Veterans Treatment Court. So y'all can discuss whatever you want to discuss in the breakout room. I'm ordering him to Veterans Treatment Court. He can sign it or not sign it. If he doesn't sign it, a motion to revoke will be filed. Is there anything else?
Judges, if I may, could I clarify the timetable and how long we wait on the signing of the contract?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, I'm asking you, Judge. We're ready for him to sign whenever he's ready to go.
No,
I'm
it's happening today. No, this case is being taken care of today. I will not hear this case again unless it's for a motion to revoke or somebody has graduated from Veterans Treatment Court and they want to let me know they're graduated and they're getting their case dismissed early. So whatever is going to happen is happening today.
Thank you, ma'am.
So is there anything else?
Nothing this time, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. If you all will go back to breakout room number 8. And Rebecca, if you'll go to breakout room number 8 with them.
Yes, ma'am.
Judge, can I be sent to a breakout room on Ramon Longoria? I visited with him. I need to see the prosecutor again, Mr. Morris.
All right, if you'll go to breakout room number 10, please.
Thank you.
And we're going to go on the Dominguez Flores. Who's a prosecutor and defense attorney on Dominguez Flores?
Marcus and Jeffrey Martinez.
All right, Mr. Hernandez, Immaterial Hernandez, you need to go to breakout room number 8 as well.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Colin Hobbs, you're already scheduled for number 8.
Your Honor, I don't think I have it on my screen.
There's a button on your screen. If you touch your screen, it'll activate it. It says breakout rooms. If you touch that, you'll probably go right back to it.
Got it.
I was coming out here to explain that to him, Judge.
Oh, no problem. All right. So who's the defense attorney? I'm sorry.
Jeffrey Martinez.
Jeffrey Martinez.
Here, Your Honor. Sorry about that, Your Honor. I was getting some water.
All right. You need to show your video.
Yes, Your Honor. Oh.
Is your client in the courtroom?
He is, Your Honor. I saw him. He came back from being sworn in.
All right. Court is calling 2020 CR 4779, State of Texas versus Dominguez Flores. Could I have the parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Marcus Sanders.
For the defense?
Jeffrey Martinez, Your Honor.
All right, we're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
No objection.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Flores, I'm showing you just 1 second, everyone. All right, Domingo Flores.
Yes.
I'm showing you a document entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you electronically sign it?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Martinez, I'm showing you what's entitled Discovery Acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
I have, Your Honor, and I did.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Flores, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm going to need you to speak up so that the court reporter can hear. Did you review that document with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Flores, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand what you're charged with is assault public servant bodily injury? That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call them, the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Flores, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Next, I'm showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 7 years in the prison. There's a $1,000 fine that will be probated. There are no applications for deferred adjudication. State recommends community supervision. This will run concurrent with cause number 637186. The state will take in consideration 2020 CR 5987 and 635986. There's to be no contact with Sarah Rodriguez, that's SARAH, no harmful or injurious contact with Juanita Cortez, CORTES. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver Repeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the agreement. State is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 6 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation, 150 hours of community service restitution, the APSE course, cognitive behavior course, regular UAs, NIC evaluation, and parenting classes. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes.
Then to the offenses charged in the indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence to support the defendant's plea?
Yes, the state offer states Exhibit 1 and its attachments.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Flores, I'm going to show you what's entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call them, the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. The court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is there anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
I do, Your Honor. My client was a victim of a shooting on January 22nd. We presented that evidence to the state. He has an outstanding bill from being shot 9 times of $26,000 to pay. His shattered femur, a broken hip. He'll never be able to walk the same way. He has multiple devices in him. He's currently on medications for blood clots. He's applying for disability and is awaiting further surgeries to address bullet fragments that have left in him. We would just ask that the community service be probated. Right now, his probation fees for the misdemeanor case that is concurrent, 637-186 is $30. We ask the probation fees run concurrent with that at $30. The community service be waived, and that, of course, the courses that he does for that run concurrent with this, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, so did this shooting occur after or before this incident?
After, Your Honor.
All right, so what is happening with the children that the CPS worker came out to investigate?
Rights to the parents, Your Honor, have been terminated. They no longer have custody of those children.
All right, and that's because they didn't do their service plan?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, so where are those children? Are they with some relative?
No, Your Honor, in foster care.
Okay. Mr. Flores, is there anything you wish to say?
I mean,
no, here's the thing. The person who's with you, I'm not asking them questions. I'm asking it of you. So let me explain something so that the person who's with you can hear. They are not the person who's on probation. So whatever they're telling you, they're not going to be forced with the consequences. You understand?
And Your Honor, if I may, on behalf of my client, that's his wife who's there with the no harmful offensive contact. We're asking for that NIC evaluation because of the shootings and things. He is competent, Your Honor, but he's no longer as sharp as he once was. So she does assist him. So we apologize for her interrupting.
All right. So Mr. Flores?
Yes.
If you're tested today for drugs, what are the results going to be?
Negative.
When's the last time you used?
The day I got shot.
All right, and what were you using?
Methamphetamine.
How often did you use?
Right. It used to be constantly, but I mean, since then I actually changed a lot because I actually, it opened my eyes when, I mean, I don't know, still being here alive, you know, made me change. And now I'm really changing, trying to get my kids back. You know, I'm trying to do whatever I can. Like, God gave me another chance to be here, and I'm trying to do the best I can, change to be a different person than what I was.
All right, how are you supporting yourself now?
I'm trying to apply for disability, and I try to get help here however I can. I mean, it's hard right now.
All right, and what is the reason for the request for the cognitive behavior course?
Judge, in
No, I'm
speaking,
sorry, I'm addressing the state now. Just give me a moment.
in speaking to the victim in the case, she had, I guess, many interactions with the defendant, and she thought that that would be something that would benefit him.
All right. All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court will follow your agreement, sentence you to 7 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 6 years, $1,000 fine, probated, concurrent with 637186, take in consideration 2020 CR 5987, 635986. There should be no contact with Sarah Rodriguez, no harmful or injurious contact with Juanita Cortez, APS course, cognitive behavior course, regular UAs or the patch, NIC evaluation, parenting classes, no unsupervised contact with minors, and field visits 2 times per month, random and regular Zoom reporting or in person. Rebecca, is there anything else that Mr. Flores will need?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Flores, I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
And also because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3. Probation will meet you in 3 to go over conditions with you. And Mr. Martinez, if you could go to room number 3, please. And Rebecca, you can go to 3.
Your Honor, from there, may we be excused?
Yes. Who are the persons on Michael Anthony Cervantes?
Linda Corley, defense, Your Honor.
Alexandra.
All right, to the courtroom. Could you bring up Mr. Cervantes, please?
I'm right here, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 1472, State of Texas versus Michael Anthony Cervantes. Can I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Alexandra Williamson.
For the defense?
Linda Corley.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Cervantes, I'm showing you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video, and the court will note for the record that the defendant is currently in the courtroom. This is one of the days the 187th District Court is allowed to have in-person hearing. Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
Judge State has given me all discovery that I'm aware of, and yes, I have reviewed it with my client.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Cervantes, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you weigh the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're proceeding with the habitual enhancement?
Yes.
Mr. Cervantes, I'm going to show you a document entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand what you're charged with is driving while intoxicated third or more? That's a third-degree felony. However, because the state. All right, can I see you all in the breakout room, please? If you come to breakout room number 2 for me, please. And Linda Corley, let me just find which breakout room you were in. All right, Bill Simmons. I'll send your client to the breakout room with you. What breakout were you currently in?
Judge, I'm sorry, I don't recall. I think it was 13, but let me see if, yeah,
Yes.
13.
All right, if you'll go to 13 and your client is there, are they in custody or on bond?
They're in custody, Judge.
Mr. Clark, if you'll go to 13. And everyone, please excuse me for one moment.
And then, it was 7 years, 6 years.
Marcus. Marcus. Cornelius, how you doing?
I'm sorry. He's tall.
Really?
Yes.
I've heard.
I heard that they'll come back to Sarah. I would say just a touch smaller than David. That was. He was probably. No, he doesn't.
But the intermediate is tall.
He looks really tall and skinny, right? He was skinny and tall, he's really tiny. Why did he tiny? Yeah, I saw him walking out yesterday.
Okay, so I
Christian,
should
you
work
in?
here. Oh, yes.
That's how I'm verified.
They do. On screen right now. I think he might be in a breakout room.
This is a DA. He has several high-profile cases. He's working on the Beijing. Beijing.
You need to speak with him?
Well,
Down the hall, the O'Connor.
right.
Because
Oh.
he's working on that case, and the other high-profile case, I think, is the McDonald case. The of course I did. Great, so make sure you're on your phone with us. That's awesome.
Okay, Mr. Senator Chapter.
Okay, I'm under your name.
No, I just.
You're muted, Judge.
Call me out.
All right, everyone, just give me 1 second.
I've been slacking.
All right, everyone, if you're not a part of this hearing, I'm going to need you to mute. All right, we're back on the record. Mr. Cervantes, I'm going to show you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Your Honor, we're waiving the enhancement, the habitual enhancement.
All right, any objection?
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Cervantes, I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And
Yes,
did
sir.
you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
All right, what you're charged with is driving while intoxicated third or more. That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe that he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Cervantes, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
The court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Next, I'm showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 5 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine and there are no applications. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, I'm going to show you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
I got a Harrison on the docket.
Court will. All right, just a moment. Court will find the defendant has, I'm sorry. I'm
Hello?
looking. Just one
Hello?
moment, everyone. It is turning out to be a happy, crazy Wednesday. All right, everyone, you need to make sure you're on mute. And Alexandra and also Linda, I'm gonna put something in the chat box to you. And then this one's- All right, everyone, just give me a moment.
I would like to speak with a prosecutor, if I may.
One moment. Could a prosecutor go to breakout room number 1 to speak with Flavio Hernandez, please? And Flavio Hernandez, if you can go back to number 1.
Thank
And
you.
everyone, please pull the patience out of your pockets. We'll be right back.
How this work?
Could I ask you to please mute yourself? The
I'm
person
trying
on
to
the
find.
iPhone. We're
I'm
on a
trying to.
break right now. We're on a break right now. The judge will let you know when she's available. If you can please place yourself on a mute. We're in the middle of a plea.
All right, we're back on the record. So, Mr. Cervantes, to the offenses charged in the indictment, how do you plead? Guilty? Thank you. Not guilty or no contest?
No contest, Your Honor.
Any evidence to support the defendant's guilty plea?
Yes, Your Honor. The state offers State's Exhibit 1 and attachments.
No
Any
objections, Your Honor.
Mr. Cervantes, I'm going to show you what's entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent and silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. The court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments. The court has reviewed the same. The court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor, we would just request the court follow the plea agreement.
All right, the court will follow your agreement, sentence you to 5 years in prison, give you credit for any time served. There's a $1,500 fine. Time and money will run concurrent. Next, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Cervantes, good luck to you. We'll go off the record. Mr. Cervantes, you need to stop drinking alcohol. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And so you cannot drink it at all. You cannot go out your house and drink it or think you're only going to take one drink, because otherwise you're going to come back here and you are going to be a habitual and your minimum will be 25 years. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Cervantes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
And Judge, I'm sorry, I blipped out there for a second. You did say credit for time served, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Okay, thank you. I thought you probably did.
No
May I be
problem.
excused?
Yeah,
May I
have
be
a great
excused?
rest of your day. And
Thank
everyone,
you.
thank you so much for your patience. All right, Bo Wood. Bo?
Yes, Judge, sorry. Yes, I was muted.
Yes.
This is an NPR. We have an agreement.
All right, have you sent the paperwork to Norma?
And I was gonna say, I've just signed one. Do you have a waiver of in-person appearance as well, or just the, his
Yes.
is deferred? So I haven't signed the waiver of in-person, but I think my client's still in the breakout room. I told him to wait for me and I'd walk him through the forms.
All right, just
I've
put it, if you put it in the chat box, what the agreement is, so Norma can get all the paperwork and we'll get that done for you.
All right, thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. H. David Sanchez. You're muted.
Yes, Judge, I've conferred with one of the prosecutors with regard to my client's case. They confirmed that restitution, we're just going to wait on for pretrial.
Hey, Fran.
Who's your client?
Tydale Wardy.
Yes.
All right, so when, has he already paid everything that the state requested?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
All right, Norma, I need a PTD update on Mr. Wardy.
June 2nd.
All right, we'll see you back on June 2nd.
All right, Judge, thank you. Maybe we
All right.
excuse.
Yes.
Thanks.
Nathaniel Navy.
Yes, Judge, we're ready for a plea of true on Alexandra Lopez, in which her conditions of community supervision will be altered. Do we need to sign any documents?
Yes.
Okay.
Just put it in the chat box with Norma and then go to your breakout room and have the your client sign off on the document. Kevin Stryker.
Yes, Judge. I was seeing if my client was on Zoom. She just left because she accidentally answered, but I was just seeing if I could talk to maybe Tom or
What is your client's name?
Ariana Fuentes, Judge. Jordan was on the case, but apparently he's not in the court anymore.
All right, and whoever the female is with the baseball cap on, you're in the courtroom, you need to remove that. I'm gonna send you to number 2.
Thank you, Judge.
Judge, this is Kyle.
Yes.
I've been in 18 for a little bit over an hour and nobody's come in.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, that was a, it's like the doctor's office. But who, is it criminal trial division?
Well, I hadn't got my shot yet.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they make you wait. Is it criminal trial division?
No, it's family. There's been an offer, but he was the one with that. There was a bond forfeiture last week.
All right, where's Mr. Polissek? Stephen Polissek.
He confirmed with my office that he's on.
Is this the person who's driving? How many
Yes,
times must I say that you are not allowed to be driving while you're Zooming?
I'm not driving.
Oh, I'm just noticing trees moving in the background. Again, everyone.
No, look, I'm not driving.
Everyone, if you all could please get in touch with Hollywood, because they spend so much money on special effects, but the special effects that are coming through Zoom are great. Mr. Polissek?
Yes, ma'am.
You were scheduled to be here. Is that correct, Ms.
Yes. Yes.
Kyle?
Yes,
Why wasn't he here?
I'll let him address that, Mr. Polissek.
Your Honor, my power went out. The power went out all over the neighborhood. My alarm clock didn't go off. I called my lawyer as soon as I woke up.
And so why didn't you still go? What time did you wake up? Let's take this one at a time. What time did you wake up?
It was about 1 o'clock in the afternoon because I was up all night.
So that's one. No. Slow it down. So you woke up at 1 p.m., which I don't understand why people are waking up at 1 p.m. Half the day is already gone, but that's neither here nor there. So you woke up at 1 p.m. You call your attorney. Why didn't you come to court?
He didn't tell me to come to court. I just.
No, you knew you had court that day.
Well, yeah.
So why didn't you still come to court? Usually people would know.
I didn't have a
that
Zoom
you call your attorney and then you would call the court. And according to what I know, you can just Google the 187 District Court. It has a phone number attached to the court. All you have to do is call the court. I'm so sorry, I overslept. The electricity went out. What do you want me to do? Instead, we are here and everybody, we're here to work. We will do work, but now you've made extra work for your attorney because guess what? Your attorney was here yesterday and you were supposed to be here yesterday. So now your attorney has to be here today. Your attorney has to listen.
Last Wednesday, Judge, but.
Yes, last Wednesday. Your attorney has to listen to the lecture that I'm giving you. I have to, how old are you?
44.
You're 44. I have to treat you now like you're a 10-year-old, like you don't understand how to handle your business. Everyone who's on this screen, you need to handle your business. I think that's what people say on the streets, handle your business. And part of your business is you were supposed to be in this courtroom. And then to make matters worse, not only do you just show up today, but you show up a week later. And Mr. Michael Avery, unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. All right, Mr. Michael Avery, it appears, yes, you're in a vehicle. So therefore I know, does that vehicle run?
Yes.
Is it able to transport you in different locations?
Yes, ma'am.
So it can get you from point A to point B, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, that point B is going to be the 187 District Court. You should know, and I made the announcement, don't do anything that you couldn't do if you were physically in court. And one of the things that you couldn't do if you were in court is smoking cigarettes. So we will see you in the one, I accept your apology, but we will see you in the 187th District Court this afternoon. It's 300 De La Rosa. It's on the 4th floor. See you then.
Judge,
okay.
Judge, he's my client. Judge, that's my client. I cannot be there this afternoon.
Your client needs to be here. See, there are consequences. And Mr. Avery, now your attorney has been inconvenienced by you. So we will see you in the courtroom. I made the announcement this morning, don't do anything that you could not do in the courtroom. And last time I checked, if you were physically in the 187th District Court, you would not be allowed to smoke cigarettes. So get thee to the 187th District Court, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you, Mr. Avery. Now, back to you, Mr. Polissek.
I apologize for oversleeping. I apologize for not making it last week. I don't have any excuse for that, ma'am.
So what do you want me to do with that? You're telling me things, but you're telling me nothing. You didn't come in on Thursday. You didn't come in on Friday. Was your electricity out on Thursday?
Judge, if I can address that, we were in contact with your staff and email Thursday, Friday. I was supposed to come in Friday, but I could not. And so we've been trying to come in. We just haven't had a return email until yesterday.
No, I appreciate you representing your client, but everybody needs to realize you're all individuals. As my grandmother would always say, every tub has to sit on its own bottom. So everyone, I realize you're representing your clients, but Mr. Polissek, you're in your 40s. People need to stop making excuses for you. You know you had court.
Yes, ma'am.
And now you have a warrant out for your arrest because you didn't show.
Yes, ma'am.
So
I was doing everything that my attorney informed me to do.
here's the thing. Don't pass the buck on your attorney.
I'm not trying to.
It's all you. All right. So Kyle, what are you asking from the court?
We are on the bond, Judge. I think Charles's name is listed. He has the bond capacity for our firm. And we would ask that you reinstate the bond.
All right, I'm going to reinstate the bond. Mr. Polissek?
Yes, ma'am.
Let me have to give you another lecture.
Yes, ma'am.
You're not a child, you're a grown person.
Yes, ma'am.
But remember, there are consequences for your action. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so what is happening with the underlying case, Kyle?
There has been an offer made, and I've talked to Mr. Polissek about it. We're still considering it. He is going to come into the office, or we're going to talk about it at length. Can we get a reset to maybe end of week or early next week?
All right, Norma, can you reset Mr. Polissek for next week, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh, we're going to give you a date, Mr. Polissek, and you need to
Yes,
make
ma'am.
sure that your cell phone is charged. So that can be your alarm clock, as well as whatever clocks you have at home.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. And once again, I do apologize.
Can you hold on, sir? He can come back on the 13th, Judge.
All right, we'll see you on May 13th. 13 is a lucky number. 13 gets a bad rap all the time, but it's a lucky number. All right,
Thank
Mr.
you, Your Honor.
Polissek, you're welcome. I'll put a note for the clerks to recall the warrant and reinstate the bond.
Thank you, Judge. Will we
All
be
right, you're-
excused?
Yes.
Thanks.
Your Honor,
Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes.
Judge,
Linda Corley. And then I'll do Robert Featherston and then Bo Wood.
I'm sorry. Judge, I forgot to mention when we did the plea, I have submitted a motion to remove the ignition interlock from his vehicle so his family can take that in. If you would consider signing that at the clerk. can send me a
Yes.
copy. Okay.
If you'll email that to me, I'll sign it today.
Okay, I will put it in the email to you. And I was born on the 13th, so I think it's a lucky day too.
It is an awesome day, and that makes it even better. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. And everyone, I appreciate your patience. Robert Featherston?
Good morning, Your Honor. If I could be placed in a breakout room with my client, I'd appreciate it. It's Roberto Vasquez, and he's
I'll
currently
see.
listed on the screen as 7DLXM3.
All right, I'll send you to number 7. And Mr. Featherston, what breakout room were you previously in? I think I found you.
Thank you, Your
So
Honor.
if you could both go to number 7.
Number
all right.
7, thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, Bo Wood?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. You're doing paperwork, correct?
Yes, Judge.
All right. And then Flavia Hernandez, on your client, Mr. Sakala, what is happening? Norma, can you get Flavia Hernandez back in here? We have the interpreter here who's been patiently waiting. And Maria, I appreciate that.
No worry, just that's what we're here for.
Merci beaucoup.
Julian.
Judge, while you're waiting, may I approach?
Yes, and then I'll take Mick Aguilera. Well, just one second. Mick, you need your client in a breakout room with you?
Judge, I've been told by Mr. David Martin that the plea paperwork for Saul Acuna is at the laptop in the courtroom, although the bailiff in the courtroom just chatted everybody that it's not there.
All right, can someone find out where his paperwork is, please?
And then at the same time, I have Ramon Longoria, an inmate I need to be in a breakout room so we can do the waiver of the video conference.
All right, he's in
for
breakout
MTL.
room number 9. I'll send you to 9.
Thank you.
All right.
Can you put David in the courtroom in a breakout room? We can figure out the paperwork issue.
All right, I'll send courtroom if you could go to number 3. And then Carl Alexander, then Anita Kell.
Hi, Judge. Two things, I guess. One, I conferred with Hunter. There is some missing discovery, which he sent an email while we were chatting. It should be remedied hopefully by end of week. So that's where we're at on that case. I would ask you for a reset. However, my client has not shown up. We've been calling the number we have to see about getting him on the Zoom, and he's still not here. I am 30 minutes late for the 144th, and so wondering if I could be excused to go to 144.
Just one moment. Is there a prosecutor available to call Mr. Balsadua?
Yes, Judge.
All right, the court is calling 2020 CR 10204A, State of Texas versus Raimundo Balsadua. Could I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Hunter Morris for the state.
For the defense?
Carl Alexander for the defendant.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
None from the state.
Any objections from the defense?
I cannot speak on behalf of my client in that regards, but I have no objections, Judge.
This hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 11:01 a.m. Deputy Laura or Deputy Mejia, has there been a Raimundo Balsadua in the courtroom at all today?
Judge, this is the CLO. There has not been. The deputies are in the breakout room.
All right, could you have see if one of the deputies could respond very quickly for me, please?
Your Honor, he's not here.
All right, thank you. And for the record, he has not been on the Zoom screen. Defense, have you had any contact with your client?
Judge, I did speak with him when he was in custody. Since making bond, our method of communication is actually through his mother. I don't remember her last name. I know her first name is Isabel. We spoke with her yesterday, forwarded her the Zoom link because we were informed he doesn't have an email or a phone at the moment. We've made contact with her, I think 3 times so far this morning. Every indication was that as of 8:30 this morning, he was supposed to be en route to her home to use her electronic device to Zoom. I tried again about 15 minutes ago and he still has not shown up.
All right, state.
Judge, they would ask for a bond forfeiture.
That'll be granted. He'll be remanded without bond. Of course, if you're able to get in touch with your client, just have him present himself and the court will reconsider.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, you're excused. And Cornelius Cox.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, Judge. I have. I've been conferring in this with the state on MTR, and I think we may have an agreement. I just need to talk to Mr. Sanders again.
All right. And what is your client's name?
Adriana Harrison, and she's on. She's been on. I was just in a breakout room with her. Judge.
Okay. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2.
All right. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Everyone, just give me 3 seconds to put some paper in the printer.
Well, I send you a chat.
Sorry. Oh, okay. Thank you. You want to send me back with him? Yeah, let me see.
All right, Kevin Stryker, anyone else ready?
Oh,
Judge here on Ariana Fuentes. And we are still dealing with a little bit of a discovery issue and talked to Tom. He is open to me making a counter offer that I want to talk to my client about. So if we could maybe just get a few weeks. Last time we were in court, you said you might want to have her maybe put a deadline on it. And so we can put it on that 30-day deadline if you'd like for her to take a plea, but we haven't worked it out quite yet.
All right, so what what discovery are you waiting on?
Judge, there is a discovery that I cannot download from the internet. And so apparently, so I called the DA's office. It was not copied for me yet. I talked to Denise, and she said that I need to get her I might have to give her a terabyte drive. So I have a lot of videos, but she said that I might have to provide actually a terabyte hard drive for them to download it to, but the copy's not been made according to the DA's office yet. So it's just on the portal. It says I can't download it. A lot of things I can download, but there's a portion.
Right. When do you think you'll have this done?
I mean, Judge, if you want to just give us 30 days or less.
All right, Norma, can you recall Ariana Fuentes for 3 weeks, please?
Yes, ma'am. They can come back.
Judge, when you have a moment, I have somebody else.
Oh, I'm sorry, on the 26th.
All right, so we'll see you back on May 26th.
May 26th.
Kevin, while you're here still, the female Navarro got a year probation for robbery and juvenile, and the male is on adult probation out of the 144.
Okay. The juvenile got a 1 year on robbery. Okay. Thank you for that update. I appreciate it, Tom.
And they actually,
right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you and your client are excused.
Thank you, Judge. May 26th.
Yes. Anita Kell?
Yes, Judge, I have Mark Martin, and I spoke with the DA, and we are asking for a reset.
Is your client in custody or on bond?
In custody, I believe so.
All right, have you had a chance to speak with your client?
No, not yet, Judge.
All right, let me have you, an offer has been tendered?
No, no offer has been tendered. The state needs to speak with the victims, and the new cases haven't been indicted yet. And so we've agreed to reset it, as long as you're okay with it.
When are the cases expected to be indicted? Who is the state that you were conferring with?
It was me, Judge. So I sent an email to the prosecutors handling the intake and I gave them the information. So I don't know exactly when they'll be able to indict, but I think 30 days should probably be sufficient.
All right, Norma, can you set this for a contested hearing, please?
Yes, ma'am.
And give them 30 days.
Yes, ma'am. Give me 1 second, Judge. Just need to look at the calendar.
The accordion? Yeah. I'll have it. DWI, they have extra.
We can do it on the 25th.
All right, we'll see you at 2 on May 25th.
Thank you, Judge. May I speak to my client, actually?
Yes, just give me 1 moment. All right, Mr. Barton, I'm going to send you to a breakout room with your attorney. To breakout room number 20, please.
And Judge, this is Joe Ray. I'm back from the breakout room with Mr. Hernandez. When you have a moment, can you please briefly speak to us in a breakout room?
Sure, just give me 1 moment.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I need Mick Aguilera to breakout room number 11, please.
All right, Mick Aguilera.
Thank you.
I'm gonna send you
Absolutely.
to breakout room number, what number? I'm sorry.
I think she said 11.
Oh,
Judge.
11. Yes, you're already in 11.
Thank you.
Norma, do you see what page Martin is on?
Judge, I'm sorry.
Judge, he's on the MTR docket on page 24.
All right, thank you.
And Judge, I have Mr. Clark is an MTR. We're close to probably being able to resolve this, but if we could speak with the CLO, we just need some more specificity as it relates to one of the conditions that he may or may not be willing to plead true on.
Okay, what breakout room were you in?
I was in 13.
All right, so if Rebecca, if you could go to 13, please. And Flavia Hernandez, what is happening with your client, Mr. Sakala?
The prosecutor and I would like to talk to you in a breakout. We have a little bit of details and then a request for a reset to give the prosecutor some time to do something.
Okay, who is the prosecutor?
Joe Ray.
Joe Ray, Judge.
All right. Joe Ray, if you'll go to breakout room number 1, please. And Flavia, what room were you in?
1 also.
All right, then meet me back in breakout room number 1, please.
Thank you.
Judge? Judge?
Can you give Mr. Ulez a 2-week reset, please? And to the interpreter, could you let Mr. Ulez know what date this is he's to come back on?
What is the date, Judge, so that I can tell
All
him?
right, Norma, you're muted.
The 19th.
May 19th, and it will be at 9 a.m. and it'll be by Zoom.
Perfect. And his attorney will give him the Zoom information?
Yes.
Okay. Monsieur Secala, vous m'écoutez?
Oui, madame. Vous m'entendez?
Oui, monsieur, oui, je vous entends. Monsieur Secala, vous devez retourner auprès du juge le jour 19 mai à 9 h du matin. D'accord?
19 mai, le mois prochain?
Non, 19 mai. Ce mois.
Oh, ce mois? Ce
Oui.
mois en 19.
Le 19
Okay.
mai à 9 h du matin, vous devez être de nouveau par Zoom au tribunal. D'accord?
Ça marche.
Right,
Merci
Judge.
beaucoup, madame.
De rien,
Merci beaucoup.
monsieur. Can he be dismissed?
Yes.
We.
Oui.
That will be we to you, Flavia.
Merci beaucoup, Judge.
Monsieur Ouellet, vous pouvez partir.
Merci beaucoup, madame, et bonne journée à vous. Salut.
Thank you very much, madam, and good morning to everyone.
Bonjour. It has been so long that I've heard my French. I haven't been to Paris in over 2 years.
I know, you've been
That's
too busy now.
All right, we will, that has just made my day.
Good.
Whenever you
revoir.
want to practice, Judge, just give me a call.
D'accord. Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Au revoir, madame.
Bonne journée.
Au revoir. Bonne journée à tout le monde. How can I cut this?
Poussez le bouton rouge.
Le bouton rouge? OK.
Oui.
Okay, all is right with my world now. I heard French today. All right, Bo Wood, your client is Lopez.
No, Judge, Vincent Ruiz.
All right, so I'm just waiting for that. I have Lopez. Who are the attorneys on Lopez? I have that ready to proceed.
Ma'am, I'm sorry, Your Honor. My attorney is Nathaniel Navy.
All right, Nathaniel Navy.
Yeah, he did call me. He said he was called into another court. I don't know if he was able to join back in.
All right, just give us a moment. We'll take that up once he.
Might I address you about Mr. Ruiz, Judge?
Yes.
I've been in the breakout room with him. He can't seem to sign it. The bailiff or the sheriff told him that only the host could share screen. He can't share screen. And I thought, well, let's just bring him in here and have him sign it.
Oh, yes,
here.
to the courtroom.
Yeah, he's in breakout room 12.
All right. I'm going to make you all a co-host. I think I thought I'd already made you all a co-host. Deputy Mejia, is it coming from your computer or somewhere else?
No, Judge, we're co-host. The courtroom is co-host, but I think he said talking about the jail.
Yeah, he's at the jail. Excuse me. He's at Bear County.
Okay, where it shows that he is. Norma, can you have the deputy help him, please? To help Bo Wood's client.
I think the jail is asking for him to be able to share screen, Judge. I think he has to come back to the main room.
Hey, Judge, this is Dirk Ashball. Just to give you an update, Marcus and I are ready on the MTR for Victoria Villarreal, and we signed the document, so you should be getting it.
Just one moment. Norma, can you let the deputies know that 14H can go back? That's Martin. And Bo Wood, if you can go to the breakout room 12 and have your client come to the main room.
I will do it, Judge. Thank you.
And then Dirk, let me see if I have your paperwork.
What seat is Mr. Bo Woods' client, Judge?
His seat is 14J.
14J. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, I just signed some paperwork for your client, Mr. Ashball. I'm just waiting for the clerks to give it to me.
Judge, may I interject at some point?
Yes, who wants to interject?
Me, Your Honor, Daniel Vela.
All right, thank you. I asked you because I can't see because I'm signing documents.
Oh,
yes.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no problem.
This is on the Michael Avery matter, Your Honor, the gentleman that was allegedly smoking on the.
No, he was, I mean, we can say allegedly because, you know, nobody wants to present the evidence, but yes, he was smoking.
For all I know, it could have been leaves burning, Your Honor. I mean, I don't know. But,
well, I don't know why people are burning leaves in their vehicle, but to the public, if you're burning leaves in the vehicle, don't do that because it's very dangerous.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It could have been coming from outside the vehicle, Your Honor. There's all kinds of circumstances. But anyway, be that as it may. Be that as it may. Am I excused? Does he? Is it? I told him about it, Your Honor. I already discussed it with him. He doesn't. He lives in another county. Is it possible that you could just kind of let this one go? I'll talk to him about it. It will not happen again, Your Honor. And the guy doesn't have any felony record. We just like a.
So does he allegedly live in another county?
He has an 830 number, Your Honor, and that's where I've been communicating with him all day. And so that's where I always call him.
I know a lot of people who don't have 210 numbers, but they live in Bexar County.
I'm presenting what I think I know to the court, Your Honor. That's all. I have been. I told him to get off, present himself there at 3, but
like what county is he in?
I'll call him right now and get that, Your Honor.
Yeah, let's find out what county he's in.
And it's coming in from Pleasanton, Texas, but I'll double check, Your Honor.
Yes. Okay, Norma, Mr. Ruiz. I've done what I needed to do. So if he can go back to breakout room number 12 and Mr. Wood, if you can go to 12.
Yes, Judge.
All right. And then Dirk, I'm just waiting for the clerks to give me your paperwork. And that should be coming shortly. All right, who are the parties on Victoria Villarreal?
Dirk Ashball for Ms. Villarreal, Judge. We're ready.
Who's the state's attorney?
I was talking with Marcus, Judge.
Marcus.
And Dirk, I've gotten your name correct every time.
I noticed, Judge, you know, it only takes once to make that slip on live YouTube, right? And then we can just forget that ever happened.
I've been working on it. All right, the court is calling 2020 CR 2212, State of Texas versus Victoria Villarreal. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Marcus Sanders.
For the defense?
Good morning, Judge. Dirk Ashball for Ms. Villarreal. We're ready, Judge.
And are you Ms. Villarreal?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
No objection.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Villarreal, I'm showing you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled Motion to Revoke Deferred Adjudication. I'm sorry, motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Victoria Castro Villarreal who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2020 CR 2212 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4 grams to 200 grams on July 2nd, 2020 for a period of 4 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
Condition number 5, on or about the 6th day of July 2020, in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Victoria Castro Villarreal did then and there fail to attend orientation at the Bexar County Community Supervision and Corrections Department in violation of condition number 5.
How do you plead to that, true or not true?
That's true, ma'am.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5, the court can find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, not grant you community supervision, sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 5 true. Is there an agreement?
There is, Judge. We're asking that you deny the motion. She was previously ordered to felony drug court, and her attorney Dirk is saying that now she is motivated to do it. So we're asking that she stay in custody until the evaluation.
Mr. Ashbaugh?
Yes, Judge. And I spoke with probation, and they said that it could be a week to get that evaluation done. My client is motivated to get her life in order and do this probation. Originally, she was having some issues with where she lived, as well as kind of an abusive relationship. And that's in the past for good. She is now able to live with her mom, and she has a stable environment, which I think that, you know, will lead her to be able to finish this. And that's what she has told me that she'd like to do. So that's what we're asking, Judge, is just that she'd be able to get into that drug court program and get this going.
All right, Ms. Villarreal, you're asking me to follow that agreement?
Yes, ma'am, please.
Why should I?
So I could get out and show you that I'm ready to have my life together, because I'm gonna be able to, I'm a grandma now, and I want to be able to go home and help my son take care of my granddaughter, be a better grandmother than I was a mother to them. Show them that I can still be there.
All right, this is what the court will do. The court will deny the motion, alter and amend conditions to include a referral to felony drug court. She's to remain in custody while that is pending. If she's not accepted. Then SATA, followed by intensive outpatient treatment. All right, is there anything else from either side?
Nothing from the state.
Nothing from us, Judge.
All right, with that, we'll close the record. Mr. Ashball, thank you for your patience. Ms. Villarreal, I'm going to send you to a breakout room. Number 3, probation will go over your new conditions with you. And Ms. Villarreal, do not come back here again because you're not even reporting. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I'm not, I promise you, I'm gonna do it right this time.
All right, and let me explain something to you. From here on out, while you're on this deferred adjudication out of the 187, every decision you make, you know which question you need to ask yourself before you make that decision? Is this decision something that could potentially result in me going to prison for 20 years? Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So if you're getting ready to litter, before you litter, you need to say, is this something where I could get 20 years in prison? If you're not reporting to probation, is this something that could get me sent to prison for 20 years? Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so I sent you to a breakout room. Go to that breakout room. It's number 3. And to probation, if you could go to breakout room number 3, please.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes.
Your Honor, this is Robert Featherston. I'm having connection issues with Roberto Vasquez. We do have a plea agreement. Would the court allow us to reset that to next week for an in-person?
All right, is there any way you can do that today in person?
Judge, I can't get down to the courthouse today in order to do that. Mr. Vasquez is trying to cooperate. It's just his internet connection. He's run through 3 devices now and it cannot get a reliable connection.
Okay, let me find what page your client is on. It's Roberto Vasquez?
Yes, Your Honor.
Norma,
Judge, who was
can you recall
Norma?
Roberto Vasquez for next week in person, or either are you able to come tomorrow?
Judge, tomorrow is Veterans Treatment Court, and I have I can't even talk today, a federal sentencing in the morning.
All right, so Norma, can you call Mr. Roberto Vasquez back for next week for a plea, and he needs to be in person?
Yes, ma'am, I can do Wednesday, Judge, on the 12th.
All right, so we'll come back on May 12th.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'll see you in person.
All right, thank you.
Judge, this is Gerardo Flores. May I approach?
Yes.
Judge, may I have a breakout room with Ms. Williamson, Alexander?
All right. Oh, were you previously in a breakout room?
I was in number 15.
All right. If you'll go to number 14, and Alexandra, if you could go to 14.
Well,
all right.
May I approach, Judge?
Judge, if I could please be.
Who's speaking?
I'm sorry, Judge, this is Bill Simmons. I had, we've got one issue just basically revolving around the context of the MTR that we're trying to work out. But if I could speak to a prosecutor real quickly, I think you might be able to address this morning. I was in 13.
All right. Could a prosecutor go to breakout room number 13?
Confirm, Mr.
And who are the parties on Longoria?
I'm right here, Judge. Nick Aguilera and Mr. Morris, I believe it was.
Yes, Judge, Hunter Morris.
I believe I was confirmed, Mr. Garcia, Judge.
All right, I send you to a breakout room. And is your client on bond or In
He's in custody. He's in custody, Judge.
All right, I think he's still in a breakout room.
We might have been in 10 earlier, Judge. Or 14. I've been in 14, 9, and 10 today.
All right, let me try to find Mr. Longoria. Norma, Mr. Longoria is missing.
Yes, ma'am, I will look for him.
All right, just give us a moment. We're going to find your client.
Okay. I also have Saul Acuna plea ready to go.
Judge, do you remember what seat he was in? Y'all remember, anybody?
No.
I saw the number 14 on the screen, 14
Maybe 14 key?
something. And on his screen, I could see the judge on another screen to his right. Actually, it would have been to his left.
All right, while we're waiting for your client, who is on Alexandra Lopez?
Judge, I'm present.
Who's the prosecutor for that?
Mr. Nisbet.
Yes, Judge.
All right, the court is going to call. Court is calling 2019 CR 12731, State of Texas versus Alexandra Elizabeth Lopez. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Tom Nisbet.
for the defense?
Nathaniel Navy, Judge.
And are you Alexandra Lopez?
Yes, Your Honor.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
None.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Lopez, I'm showing you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you the same Alexandra Elizabeth Lopez who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2019 CR 12731 for the offense of tampering with evidence, intent to impair on September 24th, 2020 for a period of 3 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state.
Yes, Judge. Condition number 7. On or about the 19th day of February 2021 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Alexandra Elizabeth Lopez, departed Bexar County without the written permission of the court and or the supervision officer in violation of condition number 7.
How do you plead to that, true or not true?
True, Your Honor.
State.
We waive the remaining allegations, Your Honor.
Ms. Lopez, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 7, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 7?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find violation of condition number 7 true. Is there an agreement?
Yes, there is, Judge. Pending the court's approval, we are agreed to deny and continue the defendant, but send her to the DDRF, dual diagnosis MyOff program. The defendant is on bond, and the parties subject to the court's approval have agreed that she'll surrender on May 21st. It's a Friday, for her medical clearance prior to going to DDRF.
And has she already been approved and accepted to DDRF?
I mean, it was probation's recommendation, so I assume so, but
Okay. All right, and she's to surrender to the Bexar County Jail?
Yes, or the court, whatever your preference is.
Okay. All right, Ms. Lopez, are you requesting that the court follow that agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, is this the agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, that is, and we request that you follow that, please.
All right, well, the court will deny the motion, altering the conditions to include the DDRF, and you're to surrender yourself on May 21st. Ms. Lopez, would you like to surrender yourself at the courtroom, or would you like to surrender yourself at the Bexar County Jail?
The courtroom.
All right, so you will need to be here by 9 a.m. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor. On the 21st. Correct.
Yes. And Mr. Navy, if you can make sure that she's here by 9 a.m. and accompany her. And of course, you can either accompany her or either you can be by Zoom, Mr. Navy.
Okay, Judge.
All right, if there's nothing else, we'll close the record.
No, that's it, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, I'm going to send you to a breakout room. Nathaniel, if you could go to the breakout room to let probation know.
Okay.
And Ms. Lopez, I'm going to send you to breakout room. Probation is in there, so everyone just please have patience. She's in there with someone else.
Okay.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Just 1 second. Yes, Bo.
Judge, this is Bo Wood on behalf of Mr. Ruiz, Vincent Ruiz. He signed the paperwork, MTR. We have an agreement. We're ready.
All right, thank you. Mick Aguilera, your client is back.
Thank you, Judge.
Your Honor, this is Rodolfo Zepeda. I don't know if my client ever showed up in court.
All right, just give me 1 moment. All right, the court is going to call 2019 CR 9157, State of Texas versus Ramon Anthony Longoria. Could I have the parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Hunter Morris for the state.
For the defense?
Mick Aguilera on behalf of Mr. Longoria.
All right, we're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state? Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Longoria, I'm showing you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Sorry about that.
Oh, no problem. The court will find the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Ramon Anthony Longoria who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2019 CR 9157 for the offense of assault public servant bodily injury on November 18, 2020 for a period of 2 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Condition number 16, on or about the 25th day of March, 2021 in Bexar County, Texas.
I'm sorry, I was on mute. I can't quite hear you, counsel.
Okay. On or about the 25th day. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. On or about the 25th day of March, 2021 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Ramon Anthony Longoria, did then and there fail to comply with the rules, regulations, or instructions of the Bexar County Community Supervision and Corrections Department dually diagnosed residential facility, and that the defendant is refusing DDRF treatment violation of condition number 16. E.
Mr. Longoria, how do you plead to that? True or not true?
My plea is that I want courtsmanship because I want courtsmanship to count how many courts against the court because I don't believe that I was ever accused of a crime.
Okay, Mr. Longoria, I appreciate you saying that. But let me ask you this. Did you hear what the state read?
Yes, ma'am, and I believe my plea is that I have
Okay,
courtmanship.
let me time out, Mr. Longoria. Let's do this one at a time, okay? So I need to have it done in an orderly process. So my first question is, did you hear what the state read? Yes or no?
That I did a crime,
Now, did you hear what the state read to you?
that I came back from the place I was placed at.
No, I'm going to read it to you again, and I want you to listen to it, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Any objections to the court reading the allegation in the motion, state?
None from the state.
Defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so Mr. Longoria, are you listening?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, this is what it says. Violated condition number 16E. On or about the 25th day of March 2021 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Ramon Anthony Longoria, did then and there fail to comply with the rules, regulations, or instructions of the Bexar County Community Supervision and Corrections Department's duly diagnosed residential facility, in that the defendant is refusing DDRF treatment in violation of condition 16E. Do you understand what I've just read to you?
Mildly,
What part don't you understand?
the mild part. The word gets a little pickle.
All right, so here we go.
Judge, can I jump in here for a moment?
Yes.
Judge, I'm the second or third attorney on this case. While the case was pending, Mr. Longoria had a finding of incompetence over in Carruthers Courts. That was back in 2019. He was sent to the San Antonio SASH. Back in, I believe, September of 2020, competency was restored. And in November of 2020, he was granted deferred adjudication for 2 years for this case. And you sent him to the MIAL facility, or dual diagnosis facility. He got there early March of this year and was not sure of what was going on. The previous attorney did not explain to him that to get the deferred that he had to go and complete the MIAL facility. When I first met Mr. Longoria on this motion to revoke, he did exactly what he's doing with you, talking about courts versus courts and all that. I didn't understand him but he very calmly, very settled down very quickly. And once I explained to him what was going on, he understood. He understands that he did not complete it over there, but he was asking me to get him another opportunity to complete the MIAL. The prosecutors was kind enough to, if he qualifies and you approve him going back to MIAL with an extension of his supervision, that he would like to keep his deferred intact and complete the MIAL. The person that you're talking to now is the same person I talked to a couple of hours ago, but he very quickly settled down and understood.
Okay. Mr. Longoria, do you understand what your attorney just said? Could you unmute for me, please?
That I was a little hesitant.
No, here's my question. Mr. Longoria, do you understand what your attorney said?
Was I supposed to understand what he was saying?
No, just give me one moment. This is what we're going to do. Just give us a moment, Mr. Longoria, okay? I understand what's going on. Just give me a second. Could I see the state and the defense in a breakout room, please?
Sure.
Yeah, Judge.
Wherever
And
you want
if
me
you
to
could go
go.
to breakout room number 10.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Longoria, I'm going to send you to a breakout room. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3. Please be patient when you go to number 3.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right,
Your
who are the parties
Honor,
on Vincent Ruiz? And then I'll take Mr. Simmons.
Yes, Judge.
And who is the prosecutor on this?
Joe Ray.
Yes, Judge.
All right, the court is calling 2018 CR 12905W, State of Texas versus Vincent Ruiz. Can I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Joe Ray Garcia for the state.
For the defense?
Judge Bo Wood appearing on behalf of Mr. Ruiz. He is present. We are ready.
All right, we're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objections from the defense?
No objections, Your Honor.
Mr. Ruiz, I'm showing you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision and First Amendment Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review those documents with your attorney and did you understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Vincent Ruiz who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2018 CR 12905W for the offense of assault, family choking, strangulation on December 6, 2018 for a period of 3 years and extended for a total of 2 years? Is that you? Unmute for me, please.
Yes, ma'am.
State.
Yes, Judge. On the first amended motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision, violated condition number 41 on or about the 11th day of March 2021 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Vincent Ruiz, did then and there fail to comply with the rules, regulations, or instructions of Bexar County Supervision and Corrections Department Substance Abuse Felony Punishment Facility Continuum of Care Treatment Plan, in that the defendant absconded from Austin Transitional Treatment Center in violation of condition number 41.
How do you plead to that, Mr. Ruiz? True or not true?
True. I'm sorry.
Thank you. State?
State waives remaining conditions.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
No objections, Your Honor.
Mr. Ruiz, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 41, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 10 years in prison, and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 41?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 41 true. Is there an agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, there is. We ask that you grant the motion, revoke, adjudicate of a sentence term of 2 years TDC.
Defense, is that the agreement?
That is our understanding, Judge. We'd ask for credit for all the time he's been in custody, as well as the SATF or the safety program. He actually completed the program. He messed up the halfway house, the end part.
I'm sorry, counsel, I didn't hear the last portion. He messed up.
He messed up the halfway house or the end part of the condition number 41, the completion of safety services.
All right, Mr. Ruiz, are you asking that the court follow that agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court will follow your agreement, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you to 2 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served, credit for any inpatient treatment that was successfully completed. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. Is there anything else with regards to sentencing from either side?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Ruiz, I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, and because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, with that, we'll close the record. Good luck to you, Mr. Ruiz.
All right, thank you.
Norma, you can let them know that 14J can go back. And Mr. Wood, if you have no one else with us, you can be excused.
Thank you very much, Judge. Good to see you.
All right, you two have a good one.
Thank you, Judge.
Bye-bye.
Judge, if I may take 5 minutes, please.
Yes.
Thank you.
Am I able to leave, Miss?
Just remain there. They'll let you go back.
Okay.
Welcome, Judge. He's ready to go.
All right, Bill Simmons.
Yes, Judge. I believe that I just got the paperwork for him. We've got a agreement worked out on most of the issues, but we would be going open to the court on one specific issue. So I do believe that I would like to go to confirm that with Mr. Clark again, but I'm signing the paperwork now. But I do believe that's where we are on this matter, Judge.
All right, Mr. Clark, if you'll go back to breakout room number 13, please, and Mr. Simmons, go to 13. Dan Rodriguez.
I'm here.
Yes.
I have Curtis Mooneyham.
Yes, what is happening with that case?
It's set for sentencing today. Curtis Mooneyham just recently had a member of his family pass away, his wife, and we're wanting to reset the sentencing for a couple of weeks so he can attend the funeral.
Did you talk to confer with the state on that?
I haven't had an opportunity yet. No. I was dealing with Tom.
All right, I'll send you all to breakout room number 1.
Thank you.
Ms. Boyd, they asked me if I could be dismissed.
Yes, you can be excused. Have you already spoken with probation?
Ms. Reyes?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, yes, you're excused.
So I have a question for you, sorry.
Yes.
So after I get this evaluation, don't mean I'm going home?
No. It will depend on whatever felony drug court decides to do. Here's the thing, you're going to felony drug court because you have a drug problem. Everybody can't write their own programs. If you could write your own program, you wouldn't be here now because you would successfully completed everything. So you can't write your own program because you're in the throes of your addiction. So somebody else needs to write a program for you. So if felony drug court decides that you need to be in inpatient treatment, you will be in inpatient treatment.
Okay, and if I don't get accepted, I go to outpatient or what?
No, if you don't get accepted, you're going into inpatient treatment. So you had better be honest with them.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
And you can let the deputy know, the deputy that's there that you can go back now.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Gerardo Flores.
Right here, Judge.
What is happening with Mr. Wood?
I've conferred with the state and Mr. Wood is requesting a trial, Your Honor.
All right. Jimmy Wood, where are you? Is your client in a breakout room? Because I don't see him anywhere.
He was. I got out of a breakout room with him.
All right. If you can get Mr. Wood back with us.
Let me call him up, Judge. I'm sorry.
All right. Rodolfo Zepeda.
Yes, Your Honor. I called Mr. Romero. They told him he had to be in court, so I don't know if he's gotten there or not.
Yes, he's not in the courtroom. So if you want, we're taking a break at 12. So if you want, you can zoom out and zoom back in at 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock?
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
Judge, sorry to interrupt. What room did Dan go to, Dan Rodriguez?
He's in breakout room number 1.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to take up this plea and then George John Bart, I'll take you next.
Okay, thanks, Judge.
Could you enable me to move into breakout rooms, please?
Sorry.
Thank you.
All right, who is the prosecutor handling the plea on Saul Acuna?
It's Mr. Martin, David Martin.
And is your client in the courtroom? Where is he?
He is in the courtroom, Judge.
All right, to the courtroom. Are you available? Thank you. And this is on Saul Acuna.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 1791, State of Texas versus Saul Alexander Acuna. Could I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
David Martin.
For the defense?
Nick Aguilera on behalf of Saul Acuna.
And are you Mr. Acuna?
Yes, Your Honor.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
No objection.
Any objections from the defense?
None from the defense, Your Honor.
Ms. Acuna, I'm showing you what's entitled defendant's consent to appear by video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. And for the record, the defendant is in the courtroom. This is one of the days the 187th is allowed to have in-person hearings. Mr. Acuna, I'm showing you a document entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes.
Counsel, I'm showing you the acknowledgement of discovery. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Acuna, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review it with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, we are.
Mr. Acuna, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Did you understand what your charge was is evading arrest, detention with a vehicle? That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand if you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement? If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and a right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yeah. Yes.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Acuna, Mr. Acuna, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Next, I'm showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the fine is to be assessed at $1,500. State recommends deferred adjudication. Concurrent with County Court Cause number 649203. State will take in consideration the following County Court Cause numbers: 650589, 632047. The following JN numbers: 200-6020, 200-9624, 2011-228. There's to be restitution, if any, to Edward Laredo and Holiday Inn Express at 102 Spencer. There's to be no contact with Portia Bradley. That's Porschee. Javon Bradley. Dwayne Shaw. 16147 Branching Oaks. Cadence Galaviz, Galaviz. Erica Vasquez. First name is Erika. And I believe this is the aggressive driver course. Is that correct?
Yes, Judge, it got cut off. Should be an aggressive driver course and also prohibited possession of firearm.
And Judge, can I be heard on that, one of those conditions?
Yes.
Erica Vasquez is his mom, and he lives with his mom. I don't know. I'm sure that got put in there by mistake. His mom is not any of the alleged victim in the past of any case.
All right, State, did you want him to have no contact with her? Defense is saying that's his mother.
Yeah, if that's his mom, is fine. And I think I just put her in there because she was listed as a witness in one of the cases.
Yeah, she was a witness to the misdemeanor with Stephanie, the daughter. And
okay,
then
so that's Erica Vasquez?
is his mom, yes.
All right.
Stephanie is his sister, and there's no harmful or injurious contact with Erica or Stephanie would be perfect.
That's fine.
All right. Mr. Acuna, did you understand those changes to the agreement?
Yes.
Did you understand that to be the entirety of the plea bargain agreement?
Yes.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Judge. I think as part of those that we missed a case number or two. But
there just isn't room on there to put those. The two assaults I was just going to close outright.
Oh, okay. Okay, you're talking about 655-278,
right?
And okay, we're good.
All right.
I'm sorry.
So, State, is that the agreement?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Acuna, I'm showing you what's entitled trial waiver of appeal. Did you review that waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counselor, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. State is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 5 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation, 180 hours of community service restitution, no contact with Araya Phillips, AARIAH, no harmful or injurious contact with Stephanie Acuna or Erica Vasquez. Did you understand those were suggestions from the state, and the court does not have to follow those suggestions?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, then to the offenses charged in the indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence to support the defendant's no contest plea.
There is one more thing that was cut off of the plea bargain agreement. It's full compliance with a protective order. And I can get you the cause number of that. I just have to look it up again real quick. And aside from that, we'll just offer states one with the intent.
All right, Mr. Acuna, did you understand that part of the plea bargain agreement is that you are to be in full compliance with the protective order? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, have you had a chance to go over the protective order with your client?
Judge, yes, I didn't use the word protective order, but I was very firm in him having no contact with that Araya person.
All right. So then, Mr. Acuna, do you understand that part of your plea bargain agreement is that there's to be no possession of firearm and you are to be in compliance with the protective order. Did you understand that as part of the plea bargaining agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
And knowing that is a part of the plea bargaining agreement, do you still wish to continue with your plea?
Yes.
All right, so the defendant has entered a plea of no contest. State has offered State's Exhibits 1 and attachments. Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Acuna, I'm going to show you what's entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call on the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
If you would consider that, Judge, the state is recommending deferred adjudication supervision.
All right, let me ask these questions. Who is Iris Arojo?
I don't know.
All right, I'm reading the police report and they make it seem as though there were other people in the vehicle. Were you the only person in the vehicle?
No.
All right, so I have listed in this police report an Iris Arojo and an Edward Laredo. So were you in the vehicle with more than, how many people were in the vehicle with you? So there was you and who else?
On the evading arrest?
Yes.
It was just one person with me.
All right, Mr. Acuna, if you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be? And I need you to be honest with me because I'm trying to figure out what conditions to set for you and I want you to be successful.
Negative.
All right, have you ever used drugs?
Before.
And what have you used before?
It was marijuana.
And what else?
That was it.
All right, so why are you doing something so silly that could have gotten you killed, other people killed? Why are you evading in a vehicle?
It was just a quick decision.
All right, what have you been doing with your life since this?
I've been avoiding trouble. I'm still working, I'm still in school. Been working out and just trying to help my mom out whenever she needs help. She works on houses and sometimes needs my help cut the grass, take some materials, things like that.
All right, so here's the thing. Your mother does not need the extra worry of you doing foolish things. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
So you're going to straighten up and fly right. I'm going to grant your deferred adjudication. I'm going to sentence you to 5 years deferred adjudication, $1,500 fine. And Mick, if you can make sure you write this down because I'm going to send you to a breakout room and probation is in there still with your other client.
Sure.
So $1,500 fine, probated. concurrent with 649203. Take in consideration County Court cause numbers 650589, 632046, JN numbers 2006020, 2009624, 2011228, restitution to Edward Laredo and Holiday Inn Express.
That's if any.
At
correct?
102 Spencer. And that's restitution, if any. And if restitution is determined and there's a disagreement on the amount, just bring back to the court and we'll have a restitution hearing. There's to be no contact with Portia Bradley, Javon Bradley, Dwayne Shaw, 16147 Branching Oaks, Candace Galaviz, aggressive drivers course, no firearm possession, full compliance with protective order.
I have the case number if you wanted to.
Yes, please.
2020 CI 23381.
All right, so there's to be full compliance with protective order in cause number 2020 CI 23381. No contact with Araya Phillips. No harmful or injurious contact with Stephanie Acuna or Erica Vasquez. 180 hours of community service restitution. That will be waived if you obtain a degree or complete some sort of trade school.
Judge, he's currently in high school and doing that online right now.
All right, so if he obtains his high school diploma, that will be waived. If he does not, he will have to do it.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. There is to be, are you able to Zoom report, Mr. Acuna?
Yes.
All right, there's to be regular Zoom reporting or in person. Field visits, random 3 times per month. Random UAs or patch. How old are you, Mr. Kuna?
18.
All right, if he obtains employment, because I'm not going to require you to get a job until you're 19. In my household, it was either you're going to school full time or you're going to be employed. So if
he's employed now at a restaurant, Judge.
Okay, I'm just going to say no employment with vulnerable persons. What that means is you cannot be a home health care provider or supervise minors. All right, is there anything else that you need to be successful on this deferred adjudication, Mr. Kuna?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Acuna, we can go off the record. Every decision you make from here on out, there needs to be one question that you ask before you make that decision and take action. And that one question should be, is this decision going to result in me going to prison for 10 years? Do you understand?
Yes.
I don't think you would like prison very much. Do you understand?
Yes.
And the other thing, you're living with your mother, follow your mom's rules until you get your own place, pay your own bills. You are not fully an adult. Do you understand?
Yes.
And if she gives you a curfew, you follow through on that.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, courtroom, if you can go to breakout room number 3.
Judge, while we're still here, on that aggressive driving class, he will need a valid driver's license, correct?
Yes.
I don't know. Saul, did you get your driver's license?
I'm working on that.
You're working on that. Thank you.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Breakout number 3.
Yes. Who's on Harrison? And then I'm going to take up any other cases, Mr. Gerardo Flores, then the court is taking its recess.
I have Harrison, Judge.
Who's the prosecutor?
And
Judge
Sanders.
And I'm here, Judge.
Marcus.
What is his log back on?
All right, thank you. Court is calling 2017 CR 8433W, State of Texas versus Adriana Harrison. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Marcus Sanders.
For the defense?
Cornelius Cox.
And are you Miss Harrison?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state or the defense?
No objection.
No, Your Honor.
Harrison, I'm showing you what's entitled defendant's consent to appear by video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled motion to revoke. Motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Adriana Harrison who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2017 CR 8433W for the offense of forgery of a commercial instrument of check on September 18, 2017 for a period of 4 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
Condition number 7, on or about the 27th day of February, 2021, in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Adriana Kiana Harrison, departed Bexar County without the written permission of the court and or supervision officer in violation of condition number 7.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True. We'll waive the other condition.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 7, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 7?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 7 true. Is there an agreement?
There is, Judge. We are asking that you deny the motion, alter and amend to include moral recognition therapy, reevaluate her for gang or ISP supervision, and extend her for 1 year.
That's correct, Judge.
Ms. Harrison, are you asking the court to follow this agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court will follow your agreement, deny the motion, alter and amend conditions to include moral recognition therapy, gang supervision evaluation, and extend for 1 year. All right, with that, we'll close the record. Ms. Harrison?
Yes, sir.
From here on out, don't come back here for these violations. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
every decision you make from here on out, you need to ask yourself, is this something that will send me to the state jail facility for 2 years? Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Cox, I'm going to need you to go to the breakout room where probation is to let them know what the agreement is.
Yes, ma'am.
And Ms. Harrison, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3 with your attorney.
Yes, ma'am.
Geraldo,
Yes, Your Honor.
Jimmy Wood, is Jimmy Wood on?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Judge.
Jimmy Wood, you want a jury trial, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, have you received all the discovery?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Norma, can you recall Mr. Jimmy Wood for May 27th so we can give him a court date?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're going to see you back on Zoom on May 27th. Jury trials have started, and at that time, I'll give you your jury trial date.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
May I approach briefly?
All right, just one second. Dan Rodriguez,
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here.
and who was your client?
Curtis Mooneyhan, he should have been in the
All right,
in the
did you have a
courtroom.
chance to speak with the state?
I did. I spoke with Tom. He's not in agreement with the reset.
Okay. All right, then we'll be back at 2.
Okay, Your Honor, I have a protective order hearing at 2, so I'm probably going to be late.
That's okay. We'll wait for you.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you.
And I'll have my client go report back to court at 2.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right, and to the
Judge,
court
if I may?
reporter, just one second. You can go ahead and take your break. We're going to come back at 2.
Okay, Judge, thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, Judge Dunbar.
Judge, I guess you were going to check and see if my client showed up in court by 10:30.
What was his
And then
name?
I also have Ramsey Gonzalez. And also I have a motion to withdraw. And my problem is also, Judge, I've got to be in person in federal court at 1 o'clock.
Okay, well, you finished with federal court, just zoom back in and we'll take care of your case.
All right, thanks, Judge.
All right, thank you. Appreciate your patience. Raymond Bell.
Hi, Judge. I've already visited with the state. This is going to be a MTR with a plea and an agreed recommendation. I've already emailed Norma to circulate paperwork. So I guess whenever the court wants to take us up after we get that done.
All right, we'll take it up at 2. When you're here, I will take you up first thing.
Thank you, Judge. Can I visit real briefly with Mr. Escobedo? Just to let him know what paperwork to expect.
Mr. Escobedo, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1.
Thank you, Judge.
Raymond Bell, if you go to 1. Bill Simmons.
Yes, Your Honor. We have a plea ready to go on the MTR, Judge, and the paperwork is signed and has been submitted, so we're ready to move forward.
All right, and is that Mr. Clark?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we'll take that up at 2. We'll have
Yes.
your client come back. Mr. Clark, we'll have you come back at 2. Alfonso Cabanas.
Hi, Judge. Good afternoon.
Yes. Hi. Oh, you know what? Don't zoom and drive.
I'm not, Judge. I just pulled over.
Okay. So, what is happening?
On Mr. Garcia, Judge, the last time I conferred with David Martin, my client doesn't want to take any plea deals. He wants to remain on the trial docket.
Okay, well, if you can zoom back in at 2, because I don't see your client here.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so we'll see you back at 2. Thank you for your patience.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.